So happy Mother's Day to the mothers, and happy Mother's Day to the rest of us. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you had a mother. Well, we're dedicating some babies this morning, and we call it baby dedication, but really it's mama and daddy dedication, because the babies don't know what's going on. And it's more about what you're going to do than about what they're going to do, because in most cases, our children are going to follow in the things that they've learned and that they've seen firsthand at the hand of mother and father, and then grandparents, and then cousins and brothers and sisters. So just for a few minutes, I want to talk to the families of these children who are being dedicated. I hope that you will learn how to say a very important word, yes. I hope you will learn to say yes to mud pies when you'd rather be doing something grown up and important. I hope that you will say yes to days in the park when the laundry is piled high, because I'll tell you the truth, the laundry you will have with you always. You're only going to have a 4-year-old pulling out your pants if you're the dad, or on your skirt or shirt, or if you're the mom saying, can we go to the park today? And it's never going to be convenient to go to the park. It's never going to be convenient to do the things that little ones want to do. Do inconvenient things. I hope that you'll learn to say yes to whole milk instead of skim sometimes, just because it makes hot chocolate taste so much better. And truthfully, half and half works even better. And if some skinny person comes over that you'd like to fatten up, heavy whipping cream will do the trick. I hope you'll say yes to holiday traditions, because traditions tie us to the past, and they tie us to the future, because some of the traditions from mother and grandmother really came from great-grandmother that you never met. And the traditions that you pass on, or if you don't have some that you start, will pass on to great-grandchild that you may never see with your eyes. So I hope you say yes to inconvenient things like making celebrations special. And I hope that you will say yes to things like, yes, we will obey in this house. Yes, Mommy and the spanking spoon will make sure that you don't throw your toys out the window at cars as we pass them by. I hope you will say yes to discipline, because an undisciplined child becomes an undisciplined adult.
Amen.
And
That's
what
right.
might be cute at 2 or 3 is not cute at 25 or 75.
That's right.
And I hope you'll say no. No, I'm sorry, I won't be able to be part of the PTA's planning council this year, because you're going to save that time for the little guy. I hope you'll say no and have courage, if you need to say no to a promotion that might make you more money if you don't really need it, but might take you away from those precious little ones that you only have, if you're lucky, for 18 years.
Amen. That's right.
I'm not saying all promotions should be turned down, but the one that will take you away from time you can never get back is really not a promotion at all.
Amen. That's so true.
It's a bribe. I'll buy your kids' influence from you. I hope you learn to say no to bad behavior. I hope you learn to say no to yourself when it's easier to do the wrong thing. I hope you will look yourself in the mirror and say, self, I'm not going to do that. I hope you'll have the courage to do what Abraham Lincoln's mother did. She died before he was about 8 years old, but she looked that child in the eyeball and she said, promise me that you will never use tobacco. And a little boy promises his mother that he will never use tobacco. And when he's going for political office and a very rich, important man offers him a very expensive gift of tobacco, Abraham Lincoln has the courage to say no. And the man said, "Oh, is my tobacco not good enough for you?" And he says, "No, sir, that's not it. I promised my mother when I was a child." Set the bar high for your kids. Ask your kids to do hard things and live it out in front of them. I hope that you will say yes, and I hope that you will say no. And I hope you'll be wise enough to say maybe. Because if you say no too quick, and then later you realize, I should have said yes, the right thing to do is to come back and go, I was wrong. It's always right to admit that you were wrong. But to keep you from having to do that very often, I hope you will learn when to say maybe. I'm not sure, son. Maybe. I'll have to think about it. I'll have to pray about it. I'll have to find out more about it before I give you an answer. I hope you don't train your children that if they whine at you long enough, you'll just say, "Oh, fine," and let them go. I hope that you will do hard things. In a world that tells us, just do it, thank you, Nike, and have it your way, thank you, Burger King, and you can have it all, I think that was Coke. Have it your way, do it all, just do it. I hope that you will learn to say, let's see what the book says about it. Don't make right and wrong about you. Don't make it about the church. Let's say we're going to the book and we're going to find out what the book says about it. Because, honey, after you're long gone, after the voice has been silenced, after your hands are cold and folded in eternal sleep, you will touch your children still, and they will hear you still. So I hope every morning they hear you say, "Good morning, darling. It's time to get up." And I hope every night they hear you say, "Now, good night, sweetheart. I will see you in the morning." But I hope more than that they will remember your voice saying, "Dear Jesus, I bring this child to you, and I can't do it without you. And Lord, you know I've already made mistakes. Lord, help me to be the best mother, father, grandparent, uncle, aunt, sibling that I can be." And I hope that when they remember you calling their name, it wasn't just, "Happy birthday, Megan," or "Happy birthday, Jonathan," but it is, "Lord, I commit Jonathan into your hands. Lord, I leave Megan in your hands because you know what's best in life." So I hope you say yes, and I hope you say no, and I hope you say maybe, and I hope you say, let's find it in the book. And I hope that you call your child or your grandchild or your cousin or your niece or your nephew. I hope you call their name every day in prayer. It's the most powerful thing that you can do.